The funny part is the same VCs funded us the next company, which is called Crescendo. And Crescendo was the one which is the first company Cisco acquired. And that is really unbelievable, even though they paid us, less than $100 million during that particular time in 1993, got acquired. And Crescendo was started in 89, just right after we left David Systems. And that journey was really very good for us because Crescendo gave us the opportunity to create the biggest impact in the industry for switching business, routing business, working with Cisco. That business, by the way, grew during our next 10 years in Cisco to almost $15 billion.
Wow.
And we have to make few acquisitions to get some technology, as a part of it. But that was very, very successful ride. And then the idea was in 2001 came in that we should expand the other part of Cisco business. So this concept of spin-in came out, which is you're working with a company, you develop a product, and then as long as the product meets the market expectation, Cisco will acquire it, but they will pay you based on not on technologies, based on revenue. Revenue, margin, and stock value. So there was a formula which is being created. And all this has to be done in 4 years. So we had to develop a ASIC. So first company was, after Crescendo, which got acquired, in the first company which is we did in the spin-in is Endiamo, which was in 2000 onwards. And Cisco basically told us that, as long as you meet the criteria of some revenue number, multiplication of that revenue number with margins, you have to make 50% margin. If you don't deliver in time, you get zero. Okay. So this is the risk which is we took. And, surprisingly enough, we beat all those things. And, but then Cisco wanted us to come back inside the company. So a couple of us decided, the founders basically decided to come back. We didn't want any part of that proceedings coming out from Endiamo. But the people who we brought it in, they made good money out of it because it was perceived as a conflict of interest because we are on the management side as well as on the on the startup side. So we said, okay, it's good to keep the slate clean. So we didn't care about the money aspect of it, even though Cisco gave us some incentives to be part of the company. That company generated $500 million in revenue for Cisco. So they liked the model. So then after that, they wanted to expand in a server business. So we worked, with John and the team in Cisco. And we said, okay, the interesting story on this one is none of us knew anything about server. We come from a networking background. We don't even speak their language. So we had to learn about where the server technology is today, what is the innovation they're bringing it up, what innovation can we bring it, what are the channels where we can sell this through. And, and the other thing is also, how do you compete against the company which were in this business as IBM, HP, and a couple others, Dell computers and all that. So that was a big challenging aspect was given to us. We took that challenge and we said, okay, and John told us that he wanted to have a kick-ass server. That's his language. I don't use that word. But, and that was our objective. And so we all focused. And the big challenge was obviously to learn all the terminology and what is really required. So there was a lot of learning curve for us. But funny thing is, we were able to look at it, what the current state of the art was in the server business. What we found is very interesting. Processors were done by Intel or AMD. Memories were done by Samsung and other memory vendors. Adapters were done by 3Com or Broadcom, and packaging was done by these companies. So they were really taking these technologies and packaging it together and bringing it to the market. and they were calling it 1RU, 2RU servers and stuff like that.
If you learned something new from this video, do share it with your friends and subscribe to this channel so that we can bring you the best content possible. Also, if you want to watch this entire episode, click on the link in the description box and you can go to Kushal Lodha YouTube channel and watch the entire podcast episode. Thank you so much for watching this and have an amazing day.